Hello, my dear friends of meditation in the air. This is Jue Ji. In the past weeks, we have talked about anicca, anatta, and nirvana, which is everything is impermanent, so there is no self. And by practicing detachment, by practicing no self, and we may ultimately enter the state of mind, which we call it nirvana. Today, I would like to start another two topics. One is Vipassana, and the other is Samatha. We often heard about Vipassana meditation, not knowing that it needs to have a foundation of Samatha. What is Samatha? Then let's talk about the 5 contemplations. In Chinese, we call it 五停心观. They are the contemplation of impurity, the contemplation of loving kindness and compassion, the contemplation of causes and conditions, the contemplation of counting the breath, and finally, the contemplation of the 4 elements. Why do we need these 5 contemplations? Because they are the antidote to 5 kinds of coverings, which covered our true mind. So they are what we call greed, hate, ignorance, pride, and doubt. The first 3 kinds we are very familiar with because that's why we call 3 poisons: greed, hate, and ignorance. So in meditation, we use the contemplation of impurity to antidote the poison of greed. Living in this world, we attached to the materialistic world. We like to see beautiful women, handsome gentlemen, beautiful clothes, jewelry. In the old days, in Buddha's time, the Buddha instructed his monastic disciple to go to the forest, to go to the cemetery, to observe the dead body. That when you look into the white bones, the skeletons of the human being, then hopefully that you will detach from attachment to the beauty of a person. However, in those days, some of the monastic disciples, they go to such an extreme that they are tired of this human life and commit suicide. So later, the Buddha taught the monastic disciples anapanasati, or counting the breath. And so in Sectarian Buddhism time period, that these 2 are regarded as 2 ambrosia dhamma door, or 2 sweet dew ways of meditation: the contemplation of impurity and the contemplation of counting the breath. Nowadays, I prefer to teach meditation students anapanasati, counting the breath, because that's easier, accessible, that wherever we are, we just focus on our breath. Then we can practice counting the breath meditation. This is how it goes. You count your inhale from 1, and exhale, you don't count. Inhale 2, exhale. Inhale 3, exhale. And like that, we count from 1 to 10. This is the first round. And then we go back to counting 1, 2, 3, and then when it reaches the number 10, then go back to the number 1. So today, I would like you to do the counting the breath meditation. Let's meditate. Inhale and exhale. Let's have both our palms joined at our heart center and pray. By inhaling and exhaling, I focus my mind. I am aware of my breath, and I am aware of how the breath get in contact with my physical body. And I appreciate this wonderful work of miracle in my body. I'm very mindful now, and with that mindfulness, I want to do good deed, speak good words, and think good thoughts. And I will dedicate the merit to all, to my family, to my friends, and to even those that I don't know, I'm not familiar with. May they all be happy and be healthy.